In America, no, when I first moved to the States, right, I was so worried about how people would pronounce my name and how, they can't say the name. So I went by D for a while, for like a year.
Okay.
I'll be like, no, my name is D. Just call me D. But then over time, I realized, like, I'm like, all these people with Shaniqua, Tanisha, Oniqua. Yeah, they pronounce the name. So why not go fit pronounce Dolapo? 3 syllables. So at that point, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Dolapo is the name. Shout out to every soldier in Nigeria doing their thing. Yeah. Great, brave, and strong people. I gotta give it to them. I have a couple of friends serving in Nigeria, in the military, Navy, Air Force, Army, name it. But everybody knows what they want for themselves, And if you have the opportunity to join the American Army, why not just do it? It's at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you join the Army and forget yourself, I don't know how that works, but I believe that you should always come first, like your person, like your growth as a person, be it financial, be it whatever type of growth it is. But you need to see yourself grow. You get what I'm saying? From even if not one step. So if I had the opportunity to join the Nigerian Army and I had the opportunity to join the American Army, I would definitely go for the one that does me better in my own way. This is me in the realest form. No faking, no pretending. I'm not trying to be a man either. I'm a woman and I love being a woman. I have no intentions to be a guy. It's not my desire.
I think I like your the soldier really sing song persona. I think it's really cool. There are a couple of Dolakos in the industry. I just saw one recently. I think I saw one yesterday. I don't even know if it's one person or 2 ladies. I just saw the video and the name was Dolako. Then there's this guy.
It's just one.
It's just one person. You know this person I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, okay. She's an R&B singer. She's based in the UK.
In the UK, yes.
Yeah.
Then that's
how I attached the vibe to my name, because I wanted to be Dolako initially, but when I did my research and I was like, well, this girl don't need to be a Dolako before me. And it's different if there's a Dolako that cannot sing, that is just Dolako. I would just say, oh God, free the name for me. Okay. But I heard a song and I'm like, oh no, she can actually sing. I'm sure she has a following. And then I looked at her Instagram, she had like 18,000. I was like 2,000 at that time. So I'm like, just respect yourself and just change your name.
But you didn't think about names like, how we do it here now, Dolly Weezy.
Hell no. Dolly. No, bro. What? My followers have to hear this.
Dolly Weezy.
What?
Dolly Weezy. Oh.
Hell no. Dolly Weezy, Dolly Pizu, Dolly.
Exactly.
Hell no.
Dolly Pizu.
No disrespect to the people that have those names, but even before music, I never, don't call me Dolly P. Don't call me Dolly P's, Dolly Popo. Don't call me none of that. Just be straight to the point. Dolako. That's my name. So don't try and get creative and think that you are doing something. We are going to fight. So just keep it at Dolako.
Dolako is fine, Abi.
I don't want to know Dolly Popo, Dolly P's. Nah. So I wanted the name to be as original as possible. That's really what I was going for. I wanted the name to be I wanted it to be as I didn't want it to be like, something fire, something kid, something, names that everybody. So I just wanted it to reflect my personality, like my person, the true person behind the stage name. So I really wanted to just be Dolako and just make it so, Dolako everywhere. But, God has his own plans. Yeah. So God inspired me to add vibe to it. So, I mean, it sounds good on paper. So, Dolako vibe.
It sounds good on paper and it's really nice to hear as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the artist we have to perform today is a very special artist, blah, 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 blah. Please welcome Dolako. Like, you see the episode now?
Exactly.
Exactly. That was you. What's the funniest pronunciation of your name you've ever heard? Like we know how to pronounce it, but you live in America.
Yo, in America, no, when I first moved to the States, right, I was so worried about how people would pronounce my name and how, they can't say the name. So I went by D for a while, for like a year.
Okay.
I'll be like, no, my name is D. Just call me D. But then over time, I realized, all these people with Shaniqua, Tanisha, Oniqua, yeah, they pronounce the name. So why not go pronounce Dolapo, 3 syllables? So at that point, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Dolapo is the name. So they would say Delapo, Delopa, Delipo. Like they mess it up, but eventually they get it. Delapo. There's people that know how to. Like I have literally the people can say my name now. People around me in the United States that are not Nigerian, they know that my name is Delapo. But in the army you go by your last name, so it's Adekambi. Adekambi, but they say Adekambi. But everybody just calls me Sergeant Adekambi. So.
Sergeant Adekambi. So have you ever had to check somebody who pronounced your name wrongly?
No. It's not that deep now. No, it's not like they're doing it on purpose. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. So it's like if you mispronounce my name, I'ma just correct you, but no be fight. I could just be like, oh, it's Delapo. And you could try to say it, and I'll be like, eventually you're gonna get it, but it's Delapo, Because I have to say it. I can't say Dolapo. They cannot say Dolapo. Because it's like the it's too hard for them.
It's too hard for them to say, yeah.
Dolapo. So it's still the same. Dolapo.
Yeah, so the journey really started from, I would say the music journey has always been in me. The music thing has always been a part of me. I've always been surrounded by music. I've always loved music. Obviously, I went to school. I did mass comm in Unilag, and I finished in 2012. And when I was about to get out of school, the time when you start thinking, what's next? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Now I'm about to get out. I knew that I did not want to be a 9-to-5 person. I didn't want to do no bank jobs, none of that. So then I started to focus more on photography. And I was doing photography for a while. I was shooting behind the scenes for major Nigerian acts at their video shoots. Okay. I did a couple. I did Harry Songs, the Skibby, Two Face, Timaya. I was working, I was working with Adasa Cookie. So, every time Adasa had a job, he would hit me up and, I would be there to take pictures of it. After doing that for a little bit, I realized I want to be the way with this man. Because the thing, they add up. I mean, I was getting paid, but not just enough. And then I've always heard since I was young that I would go to America. You're gonna come soon. You're gonna come soon. My dad always told me that. So I guess the time was finally right to come. So I was done with college. Obviously, I was already a grown-ass woman. I already knew left from right. So my mom felt like that was the right time to, let it happen. So I moved to the States. I wanted to go to film school once I got there, but then I realized that to go to school, you need to be rich, or you're just gonna end up, in, mass student loans, and you're done with school, but you still have to keep paying for these loans, and it's like you're making money, but you're not even the money that you're making because you're paying off these bills that you owe. So I started to, look out for options like, okay, what can I do? How can I really make this school happen without paying for it? So, I bumped into this recruiter online, and, I just got interested in the way they put the words together, like, oh, join the army, we're going to pay for you. We're going to do this for you, do that for you, do this for you. And it sounded good to me. So I'm like, oh, I have this me for I'm down. Let's do this. So initially I joined the army just because I wanted to go to school.
Okay.
But when I went to basic training, and basic training is the initial training that you get that transitions you from a civilian to a soldier. That's where the mindset changes. That's where they break you. That's where they break the civilian in you and try to make you a soldier, make you tough like you should be. So going to basic training changed my orientation, because now it wasn't just about school anymore for me. It was I was more vested into the soldiering. Like I was more interested in being a soldier, and I look forward to days that I'll be a leader. You know, I was very interested in impacting other people positively. I was very interested in helping other soldiers grow. You know, like it felt different. It started to feel like mentoring people, like teaching, showing people how to move. Oh, this is what you have to do to be great in life, to win. You know, now I'm a sergeant, and it's a whole different ball game because now I'm responsible for other soldiers. Like now I'm responsible for people. So when these younger soldiers fall, they look up to people like me, the immediate leadership, to help them figure out what they're really doing. So now it's like there's more responsibility on my shoulder. Now it's not just soldier, I wake up, wear boots, they go. No, I wait for orders. Now it's like I have kids now that I have to look out for. And also I can't even do stupid shit no more. Like, sorry, pardon my English. But now I can't even misbehave as a soldier anymore. Because now it's like, how are you the leader and now you the mess up? Like you're the one doing. So now it's like you're a president, but you can't fuck up. You know, you can't make mistakes.
I understand.
You know, so that's where I'm at right now. And you know, the music part came in as it was like the initial trial was just like, oh, everybody says I can sing. Make I just try and see how it sounds. So my initial trial was what catapulted into the Dolapo the Vibe and where I am at today, because I was blessed to bump into Bankole on Instagram Live. I never met him. We met on Instagram Live, and you know, my first song was a love song, and obviously it was just a love song that I wrote, and I didn't think it was something like, I didn't see it the way other people saw it. It was just like, make I just try. Let it not be like, oh, people telling you can sing, but you never really even attempted it. You just died with the talent. That was really the concept of it. So I don't know if you was Christian, but if you know the story of the people that got coins in the Bible, and when it was time for them to account, that was what really pushed me to go do the song. You know, like I would hate to like leave the world, and then I get to heaven and God is asking me, so this talent I gave you, what did you really do with it? And I'm like, music industry. You know, how do you know it's hard if you never tried? So that's why I tried it. So, you know, Bankole working with me made it faster, made the process quick, made me get out there, like made a lot of people know me. I mean, when I say a lot of people, I don't mean the street. Like I meant the notable people, the people that matter. Like the celebs of Nigeria. They can't say that. Like it's impossible. Like I'm not saying that I'm the most known person, but like I know if I did it on my own, I probably wouldn't be known by Two-Face. I probably would have never met Davido. I probably would not know, like all the people that I got to meet or got to talk to. It would have probably been a dream still. Like, oh, I would hope to do this one day. So shout out to Bankole. You know, he played a very important role, huge role to where my music is at now. And I'll forever be grateful to him for doing that. But right now, I'm at the independent level where, you know, I'm just making my music and pushing it in my own powers. So I'm hoping that God puts a cap on it and it blows up. But pending that time, I'm just gonna keep making music, and you know, I'm enjoying it. So I love doing it. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the industry now. It's like you're independent, but you're not here. You're not in the country at the moment. How difficult is it to actually make music from your base in America? Then you come here and you have to push on everything. How difficult is it?
Yeah, man, it's not been easy. I gotta tell you that for sure. And I understand that it's a process. You know, it's anything that happens too fast is gonna go down too fast. That's just my mindset. I barely started this. It's not even been 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So I have to be thankful. If I don't want to sound ungrateful. I have to be super thankful to God for where I'm at right now. In that short span, how much I've been able to get done and how much reach I've been able to cover within that period of time. Like I always say, I hate to worry about things that I have no control over. So I'm still a soldier regardless, and that's gonna always come first because that's what puts food on my table, you know. So coming to Nigeria for me is very important because when I dropped my video, Ijo, it was one of the songs on my EP.
Yeah.
And I put the video out. I know how much it cost me to try to get the video on TV, but I didn't even see it on TV. Like nobody really called me to say, "Oh, we saw your video." Maybe one person or two people, but I paid for it. So that kind of just let me know that it's not this money. I work hard for it. It's not like somebody is giving it to me. So I can't just be throwing it out without having. I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. So then I decided to focus more on my YouTube because with YouTube, if you put money on YouTube, you're gonna see your numbers. It's gonna grow, and that's growth for me. But if I put money and say, "Oh, this so," I don't want to call names because that's not why we're here. So TV station play my song, and this guy collects like 200K or 100 from me, and I don't even see the song. Who do I want to go fight? So I thank God because the world is very, what's that word? The world has now gone from terrestrial platforms to everybody's looking at everything on their phone.
Yeah.
You know? So that gives me an edge. So I had to really sit down and think about it like, you don't have any babalaye that is dropping money for these things. Calm down. Forget these TV stations. Or these radio stations. They don't have to play your music. Focus on your iTunes, Spotify, where you're gonna see the numbers reflect, and you would see what you're paying for. You will see what your money is doing for you. So that's really where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna stress myself about my song playing on the major TV because I can't compare myself to people that have a structure, to people that have a label. You know, if you have a label, you come out, bam, they put your song everywhere. You don't even have to think about. You don't even know who is doing the work. All you have to do is make music. That's all you got to do. But it's different when you're independent. You're the manager. You're the PR person. You're the, you know, it's gonna be like say your head won't blow. So I have to just bring it back down and tell myself, you know what? You can't do it all at once. Just focus on things that will get you the results that you need to see. And eventually it's gonna add up. You know, like I said before I started talking, anything we rush, pop, will rush, drop
again. Now lyrics without to. I knew that. Lyrics without anything rush, pop, rush, drop. Okay, so I hear you and I agree with you as well. But I know this is a question that a couple of people will ask when this interview drops. So what happened? This army that you joined, I understand you joined it, you know, for school and everything. But the Nigerian army also has those kind of things now, those kind of programs, and they could have helped you out as well. But you decided to run away from your fatherland and go and serve in America.
Nah.
Why? So what happened?
Shout out to every soldier in Nigeria doing their thing. Yeah. Great, brave, and strong people. I gotta give it to them. I have a couple of friends serving in Nigeria, in the military, Navy, Air Force, Army, name it. But you know, everybody knows what they want for themselves, you know? And if you have the opportunity to join the American Army, why not just do it? It's at the end of the day, if you join the army and forget yourself, I don't know how that works, but I believe that you should always come first, like your person, like your growth as a person, you know, be it financial, be it whatever type of growth it is. But you need to see yourself grow. You get what I'm saying? From even if not one step. So if I had the opportunity to join the Nigerian army and I had the opportunity to join the American army, I would definitely go for the one that does me better in my own way. So some other people, they will pick the Nigerian army over the American army. But that's what I'm saying. It all goes back to preference and what you're really trying to get out of what you're doing. So shout out to the soldiers in Nigeria and every everybody's serving in the Nigerian military, period. I give it to them, but I'm not talking down on nobody, and I don't feel like one is better than the other. But it's just all about preference, you know. Whatever works for you is what you go with. So that's really what it was.
To join the American Army. In fact.
Yes.
Okay. So I understand that now. So now let's talk about the whole idea of Dollar. Not just the idea, you know, the persona, how you put yourself together, how you brand yourself. You understand one part of your or your music or your career is the fact that some might say that you dress like a tomboy, or I don't know if that's the correct word to use, but I just know sometimes it has masculine leanings, or I don't know if that's the correct word, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Was this a conscious decision on your own part, or you
this has always been me. From, if you look at my baby pictures, I've always been like this. One day I'm gonna make one of my baby pictures maybe my album art cover or something someday, eventually. But look, this is as real as I get. I don't know how to pretend. I don't know how to fake nothing. I'm so plain that sometimes I feel like I'm too plain. You know, like sometimes I feel like you can't always be so plain and let people just see you for like what it is. Mm-hmm. But originality is important to me. So it's not like I started making music and I thought about it like, which way I would like to dress, so make I dress like that. Mm. No, this has always been me. From when I remember being a child and my mom would put on a dress and I would cry. Like I would legit be crying and she would force me and say, "Nkodoma 1 year." But I would wear it to the, you know, at that point, it's like whatever they wear for you is what you wear.
You had no choice.
You don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. You know, but I would wear it, but my whole energy would be down. Like I would be sad. I would not be happy. But the days when I dress, you know, she puts on like jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt, I'm extra happy on days like that. You know? Can you get the phone? Yeah, it's in there. I would be extra happy on days like that. So this has always been a part of me. I've always been super sporty. When I was younger, I played soccer. You know, I always like to do things that my male friends did. You know, when we were young and playing, I know they like to play where girls, they plait hair. You know, like,
yeah.
It's always just been like this. It's not like, you know, I went to school and learned something from somebody or somewhere. It's just been me. You know, this is me in the realest form. You know, no faking, no pretending. I'm not trying to be a man either. I'm a woman and I love being a woman. I have no intentions to be a guy. It's not my desire, but I just feel comfortable dressing this way and being this way, you know. So being comfortable is important because if you're not comfortable, it's going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect your mindset, your state of mind. It's going to affect how you relate with people. So how about just do you, you know? Because regardless, people are going to talk. If I wear skirts and I still because you see, it is in me. So it's not about the things that I wear.
Oh, okay.
Even if I wear long dress, I'm still going to walk the same way I walk. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to start swaying to walk. So it's still going to reflect. So why not just dress in the way that, just do you, because they're going to talk regardless. So just do you, man.
I like that. I like that. Right. So let's talk about the industry now. What would you like to change? As a practitioner, you're not somebody who was there, who is just there looking in it. You're part of the industry, at least to a certain extent. So what's the thing you would like to change? Like one thing that, you know, if they give the lack of the power.
I would actually like to. So Nigeria needs to be more accountable for streams. I don't know. They recently just introduced Spotify to Nigeria. I feel like there should be a more structured platform for not just the artists that have a structure, like that they're signed to labels, but how about the guys who just want to be independent and just run their things? You know, like shout out to DistroKid. Mm-hmm. That's how I dropped my first song. You know, I had to go through DistroKid to get my song on all major platforms that I needed it to be on. But how about a Nigerian company set that up for the there's too much talent in Nigeria, my brother. Too much talent. So if I could, I would like for the process to get your music out there to be a little more a lot more accessible for people that don't know people. Because in Nigeria, if you don't know nobody, I don't care. Nobody want to go you selling deal. If you like, sing past Mandeko. My guy, now for your guys and your sister and uncle and aunties, go to hear the song. Because nobody wants to hear you if you don't have money. And if you are not a Wizkid or Davido. As an unknown artist, even if your music is dope, they still want you to put something down before they play the song. It shouldn't be so. The DJs and these radio stations and TV stations, they're supposed to be there I did mass comm, so I know as they go. So it's not like I'm just talking without knowledge. I feel like what I feel should be the requirement should be, if your music is decent and is not being, if your music is decent and is appealing to the ears, I feel like people like that should be given a chance to be heard. It's not everything is not always going to be about money. But it takes me back to what Mayor told me this past weekend. In your location, Loro, that's how he said it. If you're not Nigerian or Yoruba, I'm sorry, I can't translate. Ask your Yoruba friends. In your location, Loro. So basically, I know that those media outlets that do the things the way they do it, I don't know what's happened in the past that made them to start doing things that way, but it's something that I would like for those outfits to look into. Just try and show support to the artists that don't have a name, but they're making great music, because that's how you could encourage them to keep going. So that's really one thing that I would like to change.
Okay, Dolapo, this was really nice. What are you working on at the moment? Let's take this as the last question. So what should your fans look out for? What are you working on at the moment? I know the EP is out. And you just you dropped a couple of maybe weeks or months ago. I'm not sure, but what should we look out for? What's the like working at the moment?
I'm working on a song, on more songs. What I really want for myself now is I'm trying to get more collaborations, work with other artists and not just do songs alone, so people could have a feel of what the blend is like. I'm also still working on myself as an artist and trying to develop my craft, because I'm still new to this. I don't know how I write these songs, but I know that I have a lot more work to be done. My story is not a story of I've been singing since I was 7. I stumbled on it. Yeah. So I need to give myself time to do that back work and not just be captivated by the old razzmatazz and noise of the like what if I soldier with a sing song, no.
Yeah.
I have work to do on my own, and I understand that. I want to get to a point where I could be able to write a song in 20 minutes, and not just any type of song, a great song that is going to last long, like Owo. Owo is an evergreen song, and that's where I'm trying to put myself. Make these evergreen songs. It might not blow now, but eventually somebody's gonna hear it and be like, wow, that's a song that touched me. That's a song that inspired me, that made me feel like I could still, there's still hope for me. That's the energy, it's about impacting lives. I want you guys to dance too, but what's the end game? What's the, what did you get out of that song when you gave your 20 minutes, your 2 minutes to it, So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So
okay.